All right, greetings. Greetings. Man, critical times that we living in. Critical, very, very, very critical times we living in. All right, shout out to everyone that's joining us today at this almost hour late show. I'm not even supposed to be coming on Thursday. I'm supposed to be on um, TikTok. I will be on TikTok a little bit later on today. No, TikTok is Tuesday, Thursday, TikTok, and of course Monday and Wednesday, Facebook, YouTube, and whoever else decided to kind of join on. All right. All right. Maybe some people would like to hear it. Maybe some people would not like to hear it. But this is going to be just a quick assessment of this whole P. Diddy thing. From my perspective, I do have some deeper notes. I would like to kind of cover some other things inside of a better setting, so to speak. All right. Anyway, it's Professor Griff, and this is the late version. I'm good, brother. Just growing and creating. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. This is Professor Griff, and of course, this is Black Power Media Reloaded. And the name of this show is The Masses. I am trying to get this thing to try to cooperate with me. And it's not cooperating. All right. In any event, I'm sure you're still with me. You're still with me on IG? All right. Let's dive right into this. So, as I was stating, there's a deeper conversation that needs to be had. And the only thing I'm saying to everyone is the deeper conversation I'm saying that needs to be had is three things. A, hold on. Is Diddy the main target here? I'm going to put the, right from the rip, I'm going to put the invite inside of the channel, inside the chat, pardon me. All right. Is P. Diddy the real target here? All right. Marinate on that for a minute. Is he the real target? These are the things that we're going to kind of discuss, but I do want, hold on. I do want people to kind of ponder these things. Is P. Diddy the real target? All of the people that they have brought to the witness stand are these particular individuals working with the government, have been subpoenaed by the government, and if not the case, what have these individuals said prior to P. Diddy being on trial? Okay. Hold on for a second. I'm going to go back over these things. All right. So let me not prolong this. Three things. Two of them I've mentioned already. The last thing is, what is it that's not being said? What is that's not being said are the people that they put on trial to come, not on trial, but to come put in the witness stand. Have these people said these things prior? And then last but not least, is P. Diddy the real target? All right. These are just some of the things I'm asking you to think about as you start to hear and you start to listen and hear certain things. All right. I don't care if it's Hold on. I don't care if it's from the Alphabet Boys. I don't care if it's from wherever you're hearing it from. Why don't we just do something different this time and say, okay, let me look at this thing through a different lens. Now let's get something straight from the rip. I'm not for anyone. I'm not for anyone abusing women, beating on women, trafficking women. I'm not for any of that. All right. So get that out of your head. I'm not taking anyone's side right now. I'm asking some critical questions that I think I'm asking myself, and I'm asking you to ask yourself. Is P. Diddy the real target? If he's not the real target, then who and what is the real target? Is it hip hop? Is it the culture? Is it black people in general? All right. Then are the people that they brought on as witnesses, I guess, to testify against his character or against what was going on? Who were these individuals? And have they been saying this thing prior to the trial? I might want to add on a few other things. Who are the other individuals other than Puffy at these parties? Now, the word on the street is there some high, celebrities that are on there that, it's a long list of celebrities that were coming to the parties. All right. And then what is the real reason why they came after him at the time that they came after him? If he's been doing these things for 20 years, question is why now? I'm just asking questions. Well, that was the whole thing, Black Dollars. The whole thing was about the parties. So they did talk about the parties. They talked about the free calls, which were the parties. They talk about the SEX trafficking and the prostitution that happened at the parties. So yeah, they talked about the parties. All right. These are the questions that I'm asking. And then, as Mrs. Moore just said, if they had recordings, don't they have a list of these individuals? All right. So let me add on something else. Who else do we think P. Diddy, Puffy was in cahoots with? Now, in my files, and I'm sure it's in your files also, aren't there pictures of him and Donald Trump? Aren't there pictures with him and Jeffrey Epstein? Aren't there pictures with him and a slew of other high-profile people? So you mean to tell me no one else but the prostitutes that were hired, the dancers, there's pictures with, I'm not saying a picture says everything about what went on, but I'm saying to you, you mean to tell me no one else was there, no one else knew? That's high profile? How many high profile people did we see on trial? On the witness stand, pardon me. Drowning Neptune, you're absolutely incorrect and you're wrong. You're absolutely incorrect. What P. Diddy was doing, it doesn't compare to what Epstein was doing. Yeah, so no. I think that's the way the prosecution was trying to paint it. But we have to start using a very grounded, centered, clear mindset. When we make statements like that, you're including minors, you're including all these other things that Epstein was doing, and you're trying to put it on Puffy. All right? So let's just stick with what we're dealing with. All right? So basically, I'm going to read to you just some of the stuff that's on the dirt sheets. When I say dirt sheets, no one understand I am talking about the regular old newspaper, the regular old news feed. All right? And wait a minute, let me lay something out before I say this. I'm gonna need y'all to stop being so goddamn extra. All right? Stop acting like what Puppy was doing was just so crazy and whatever. It may be crazy to black people because to a degree we don't really get down like that. But this is every Tuesday, Thursday at the Playboy Mansion. This is normal for them other people. Toys and animals and gerbils and shit and all kind of stuff. Just, yeah. This is every day for them. This is not nothing new for them. All right. And so then when we peel 2 layers back, and you'll see who's at the crux and the core, behind the scenes, moving all of these things. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Who runs and owns OnlyFans? Who runs and owns Pornhub? Playboy Mansion. Come on, talk to me. Film industry. I could go on and on and on. So stop playing, man. Stop acting like this is something new to y'all. Most of y'all are on here putting those comments up already. Y'all got a fucking Pornhub account. So stop playing. All right. So this is a very real thing that we're talking about here. All right. So these things may have seen, if you're not in the industry and if you don't see these kind of things happening, maybe you might say, okay, well, I got you. Griff, you and some other people that I know was in the industry, and basically y'all's putting us up on game on what was going down. So what I'm trying to do right now, I'm trying to put together 3 or 4 people that could come together that could speak to this thing from 3 or 4 different angles in totality. All right. The trial is not over yet. I was waiting till everything is done and he's sentenced to kind of come on here and go through this thing and lay some things out as we moved along. All right. What to know about the trial? Sean Diddy Combs was acquitted of racketeering and sex trafficking charges today and was found guilty on 2 lesser charges of transportation of former girlfriends for prostitution. That we can honestly look at and say, okay, that's a fucking girls trip. It's like, yo, you want to make some money? Yada, yada, yada. Whoop. It happens every single weekend. I'm not excusing it. That's not my behavior. I'm not flying chicks in or getting flown the fuck out. Not me. No. Okay. But did the prosecution pad it Meaning, did they kind of go overboard with the charges, knowing that they couldn't prove no racketeering and sex trafficking? They tried to make it seem like he had some, racketeering kind of enterprise and kind of mafia style type thing he had popping off over there. No. One freaky dude and his freaky ass friends, along with some other freaky ass people that just want to do some freaky ass shit. Okay. We'll just add in the baby oil, some other stuff. Okay. Every weekend, at any given party, at any given club, y'all are doing drugs. I'm saying y'all because I don't do drugs. What is it that went down different than what he was doing that y'all don't already do? Stop acting surprised on here is my thing I'm driving at. Stop acting surprised. All right? Now, next, the verdict is seen as a victory for Combs, who was cleared of the most serious charges. His defense team opted not to call witnesses before it rested. There were some witnesses that weren't even called. And Puppy is looking at this as a victory, as anyone would, because he was facing life in prison. Now he might be facing 5 to 10. He might get off with time served. He might have to do probation or whatever. It's a win for him in this case. But he still has to face the charges that he has to face. No, it was not. I'm answering someone in the chat. It wasn't what was done to them. It what was already in them that was pulled out of them. You could ask me to come to anything, and I may look at your ass like you crazy. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't get down like that. All right. All right, we got a few more things on the list that I want to discover. So the verdict was seen as a victory for Combs. Is the verdict a victory for the state, for the feds? Now, mind you, he's facing Fed charges. Any Fed charge, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an attorney. All right. Judge Mathis is supposed to be doing something. I wanted to tune into that. I wanted to hear it from his perspective. There's a few other people that I tend to look at their stuff from a legal perspective on to get a different kind of take. So Judge Mathis, I believe, is doing something, and there's a female judge that's doing something on it. Okay. So if you know anything about Fed charges, if you're getting charged and you already spent time in prison or jail or in their custody, Fed charges, you got to at least do 75 to 80% of the Fed charge. I'm sorry. That's just the way the Feds move their thing. Yeah. Tila, Nubia, I would wholeheartedly agree with you. Diddy's issues and problems were self-inflicted. All right. I think I should have said from the outstart. All right. No, let me save that point. I'm gonna save that point because I do have something to say at this point. All right, family. Let me put up this. Let me turn this around because we're definitely going to need your support on this one. All right. Let me see. I mentioned it some time ago. Me and Soleil released this EP, Rebel Alchemy. All right. If everyone is to be so kind as to go over, all right, to www.professorgriff.bandcamp.com. TikTok.com. I put it in the chat. Can everyone be so kind as to go over there, purchase the whole EP? It's not expensive. It's only $9, or purchase the singles. All right. But what we want y'all to do is leave a comment under the single, under the EP. All right. What we are attempting to do with this situation here, they got this thing on automatic pilot. All right. So the algorithms are moving in a certain kind of way. We're trying to beat the algorithm. All right. We need you to go to professorgriff.bandcamp.com, purchase one of the singles or the entire project. Leave a comment. The comment is the thing that we're looking for. Okay, yeah, the few dollars is cool. We appreciate it for supporting us, but I need you to leave a comment, okay? All right. Let me just put it in here, and I'm going to make one more announcement, and then I'm going to get back to my point I was making. ProfessorGriff.bandcamp.com. All right. Rebel Alchemy is the name of the project. It's an EP. All right. I came up with a different kind of concept, releasing singles, releasing EPs, and then later on in the year, putting some stuff together with a new vibe, new different kind of song, different remixes to release an album. I think that way is better. A lot of times people's attention span is very, 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 very short. EP, 5 songs, you can listen to that. You can vibe out, work out to it, or whatever. These songs that are on this Rebel Alchemy album, you can pull from. All right. You can pull some information from them. Definitely. Anything that we write, it's going to be borderline top heavy. It's going to be vibey. You could definitely work out to it. All right. If y'all want more information, my phone number is 678-557-2919. Let me get back to this. All right. One last thing. All right. Let me read this other announcement. Soleil is doing a tea talk. Hold on for a second, man. Let me see. Hold on. Let me do it like that. It's better. Soleil and myself are doing a tea and talk. All right. Plus a fire ritual. All right. Every now and then we need to hit the reset button. Every now and then we need a cleanse. There's different kind of cleanses you can cleanse your body physically, in reference to food and nutrients and that kind of thing, and helping to move dis-ease along and parasites along and that kind of thing. That's one kind of cleanse. And sometimes we need a spiritual cleanse. Sometimes we need a spiritual reset. All right. This tea that she's serving, and of course, this talk that we're giving is going to be in person. All right. And we're doing a fire ritual. Well, she's going to conduct the fire ritual. All right. Join us for a free online community talk. The tea and talk is going to be online and in person. The community on Thursday, July 10th, 2025, and then join us in person Saturday, July 12th, 2025 for a free community tea and talk. All right. Come online. Let's find out what it is. Find out exactly what we're doing, the conversation, which I believe is going to be a beautiful conversation on a spiritual tip. And then come on out. We're accepting donations in person to keep the place up, running, and Of course, there's some things that we have to purchase in order to kind of serve the community. But it's a fire ritual we're doing in person along with the tea and talk. All right, it's open to all Thursday, July 10th, 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Free online. All right, tea and talk. And then Saturday in person, July 12th, 2025, 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. in Douglasville. All right, the tea and talk. All right, now the thing in person is going to be donation based. All right, but we need everyone to get online so we can have this conversation, because there's a lot of people that's not in Georgia. All right, that we want you guys to get online. All right, if you want more information, go to www.devitribe.wellness. Let me see if I can put that at the bottom of the screen. Hold on one second. That's the address that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. All right, www.devitribewellness.com. And of course, you can get the Serious Minds Brain Tonic and Resurrection Formula at that site also, www.devitribewellness. All right, make sure you go there to register so you can get on the call, and you will see some of you guys in person in Douglasville at the temple. All right, all right. Now, back to what I was saying. From the rip, I'm talking about from a artist perspective, businessman, producer, artist, all of which some people that said about Puffy, not all, he definitely was a businessman, but on the music side, him being an artist and him being a producer, people were saying not that much, more so on the business side. But I'm saying to you, if you're going to enter into, all right, an agreement, even on the business level, if you're going to lie in the bed with these people, no one understands how they move. Let me just put that out there. Some of y'all in the chat may disagree. Oh, Quentin sent you one. Thank you very much, man. Really appreciate that. I'll tell Soleil you said the music is fire, 100% fire. Thank you. Really appreciate that. All right, family. So we do understand all that we've said about the music industry, all of the stories that you've heard people talking about the music industry, all the way from way back in the day until now. All right. You moving your way towards the music industry and trying to understand who's the real target of this particular P. Diddy trial. You should already know and understand when you get in the bed with them people, not literally in the bed. All right. Know and understand what you're dealing with. So the question was asked, when did his troubles start? Let me finish this list. The judge denied bail, and Combs will remain detained until his sentencing, which has been set for this fall. I'm looking at that at two ways. Do you know and understand what they do when they scrub the internet? You know what they do when they hold files and not let certain things be said in a trial? Do you know how that works? I'm sure you do. If that is the case, and we already know these things, right? Then let's not act like for 20 years they didn't know what Puffy was doing, and Puffy didn't know what these people were capable of. So when you start bucking and pushing back, they're going to push back. All right, if it's a business deal that you want to renegotiate or whatever, then by all means do that. But when you start playing the race card and calling people out and going on TV and talk shows and this kind of thing, yeah, no, I don't think them people play that kind of game. Prosecutors said that they will seek 4 to 5 year prison sentence, of which he served a year already. So he could be doing 4 years. Mrs. Moore, you say, yup, that liquor company. But what's the name of the liquor company? Who are the people that run and own it? And what did they exactly do? All right? There's nothing wrong with naming the names nowadays. Steve Coakley taught us that. All right? So if we're going to try to understand this from a different perspective, having a different mindset going in it, like I said, I want to put together a broader conversation and a deeper conversation with some other individuals, right? Coming from different angles. All right, this is why when you watch CNN and these kind of talk shows, they'll have 3 or 4 people on a panel, because it's not linear. All right, it's kind of both, and these things may happen. It's both and that may have happened. It's both and the reason why these people were not getting called to the witness stand. A lot of these people left the country. They just said they're gonna go to their European homes or their homes down in some island somewhere, and you can't contact them. There was a few people that was on that list that did just that. All right. So we're looking at the P. Diddy trial from a different perspective. Let me finish reading. Prosecutors said that they will seek 4 to 5 year prison sentence. Got you. Sean P. Diddy Combs has denied the allegations, basically saying he never did any of these things. And I'm going out on a limb by saying this, from his cultural upbringing and perspective, through the lens that he's looking at this thing through, he could very well think that he did absolutely nothing. He paid for some chicks to come to town. People had sex, did drugs, did whatever. Yeah, he watched, took pictures, filmed, and that was the end of it. Now, hold on. Okay, so there was one individual, several individuals that were there, writing and drawing in the courtroom, because on these Fed situations, they're not allowed to have cameras in the courtroom and this kind of thing. Like I said, Judge Mathis and other people will speak deeper on this, which I keep mentioning Judge Mathis because it's someone I respect, and someone we should respect. He's solid, centered. You understand what I'm saying? Remind me of my uncle, going shoot straight. All right. Okay. I think a lot of times when we blur the lines with everything that was put out when they raided his house, we blur the lines with what he was actually charged with. All right. And I think we need to stick with that if we're going to kind of talk about the trial. If we're going to talk about the trial from a different perspective, then I think we need to know and understand. We need to look at it from different angles. Me personally speaking, I think this is way beyond Puffy. The music is going to change from this point on. Deals that they cut with quote unquote moguls that they put in place, that's going to change. I'm thinking they might hire. Should I say that out loud? Give me a minute. Let me process it. Let me put it this way. Military defense contractors and their company name begins with a P. Let me do that. And these people, if I could say it, have contracts already with the IRS, with the FBI, CIA, IDF, and surprisingly, they have a contract with Wendy's. Yeah, the hamburger people. Yeah. So if anyone knows the name of this company I'm talking about, put it in the chat. I don't want to say it. I'll tell you the reason why a little bit later on. It has something to do with voice recognition software. All right. There's supposed to be a blue tint on these glasses that I wear to protect me from not only the radiation and the other stuff coming on off these computers, but for you not to kind of get a solid picture of my. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Did someone put it in the chat on IG? Come on, y'all. Hold on. This is Red Pill hitting me up. In response to me putting together this kind of panel discussion and coming from different angles. I can say things there in that setting that I can't say here, and y'all already know why. All right. So thank y'all for putting up the information in the chat. Someone on IG, come on, IG. Come on. Get up on it. Military contractors, their company begins with a P. All right. People on Facebook and YouTube, they on it. Come on. Hold on for a second. My computer says it's about to die. Hold on, fam. All right. We'll be done in a second, fam. I'm not gonna be on here long. All right, so fam, thank you very much, bro. That's not it. No. Drowning Neptune, that's not it. No, sir. No. All right. So, Quintessential, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. I put the invite inside of the I'm taking all the safety precautions I could take, fam, not to get the channel shut down. So bear with me. Work with me, fam. Work with me. All right. As y'all already know, I wrote the book. The Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop. I'm noticing there's a delay in this thing now. All right. There seems to be some kind of glitch right now, or some kind of delay. In any event, do me a favor. Can y'all on IG stop guessing and go do some research? It's right there. It's not hard. See, but this is the reason why we need to have the conversation on Zoom so we could talk, or on Rumble, or on Reddit, or on one of these other platforms, so we could talk openly, so we can get y'all to understand the deeper aspect of what's going on. So we just might have to use IG, Facebook, and YouTube to kind of drive y'all over there so we could talk. If anyone would like to participate, all right, in that Zoom call and watch that Zoom call, can y'all take my phone number down and hit me up? 678-557-2919. 678-557-2919. All right. Someone said free Puffy. For what? Rashawn Hill. Free him for what? If Cassie was your relative, your sister, your niece, your cousin, would you be saying that? For what? I read the comments that y'all left on YouTube and other people's platforms, calling her out, calling her all kind of names and this kind of thing. You see, what happens is the dirty, filthy, disgusting things that he did to women, not only to Cassie, he's done to other women, but yet you can't see past the thing that's in Puppy is probably the thing that's lying in you. You just don't have the money and the resources to do it. That's why you need to check it, and rather than putting information like that up. But it's out there now. You said free Puffy, and I'm just asking you for what? All right. All right. Since no one's coming on, all right. If, once again, my phone number is 678-557-2919. I'm going to put it in the chat for people that might see this later on. All right. I'm going to put up if anyone would like to participate and join on to the Zoom call, to listen, to watch the Zoom call, we're going to schedule it for this weekend. What better time? After you finish popping firecrackers and all that other kind of stuff that you do, cool. Don't worry about it. Yeah. The trial ended. We're going to surmise, do a summary. All right. All right. And we're going to get it from different perspectives. Is that cool with everyone? Roxy, watching from England. Thank you very much for checking in, Roxy. Really appreciate you. All right. Okay. All right, fam. We're going to circle back around, dive back into this thing a little bit later on. What is this? This is Thursday. Yeah. Once I get those components in place, we'll come back on live like this to let y'all know who's going to be in the building on the Zoom call. And let me see. Oh, wow. I got it already. I just got the what's the name? I just got it in. Myself, Red Pill, and Black Dot. All right. Myself, Red Pill, and Black Dot. Black Dot, I'm in. Red Pill, I'm in. As soon as I get off here, I'm going to get off on the phone with them, and we'll make it happen. All right. We'll put the flyer together. Hold on. I'll put the flyer together and get it out to the people. All right. All right, fam. Go to www.professorgriff.me. Cop the book, Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop, book 1, and get book 2. All right. My phone number is 678-557-2919. All right. Or you could go to public, the letters NME.me. All right. Public NME.me. All right. Order the books. ProfessorGriff.me, or just call me 678-557-2919. I'm going to try to get this flyer done right now and get it out. Dot said he in. Red Pill said he in. I'm in. Going to put our notes together. Let's make it happen. All right. Love you all to life, fam. All right. Peace. This is a Zoom call now. We're not, because there's some things that we need to say that we only can say in certain places we can't say on here. But we're looking for y'all support. So what I need everyone to do, everyone right now, tell 3 other people. And there's only going to be room for X amount of people. All right? I need y'all to tell 3 other people. All right? It's Professor Griff. I got to get out of here, past my time. All right, love y'all to life. Peace.